Hello everyone. So we're starting the electrical portion of the build. I went ahead and if you've seen our other videos, I said I was going to go back and protect some of these edges, and I just got finished protecting all of the edges all the way down. We had a little bit of trouble with this portion. That is some window, I forgot what that's called. It's an edge bead. So I've got two different sizes here I'm working with. Let's see. You can see there. I've got it wrapped around all the sharp edges. I'm going to be doing the same on the other side as well, wherever the electrical's going. So the first portion that actually I've already run a little bit of electrical. You saw in my other videos. I've got the battery wires going from under the seat to here, which is going to connect to our Victron system to charge the batteries when the engine's on from the alternator. I've got our first AC power line run from here over to the front, and I left enough to where we're going to put a wall socket right here for my desk, which is going here, and then I'm going to run underneath here another line, and we'll put an outlet over here somewhere. So for the electrical, always want to use the anchor, which is the waterproof cable. It's a marine grade. This is 10 AWG anchor, and this is it's got the ground wire in it, so it's the not sure exactly what it's called without looking at it, but it's got the black, white, and green for ground. The DC, we're also obviously going with the Anchor Marine grade. That's the 18-2 AWG. Here's a better look at the triplex wire that we got for the AC power. So most of our AC power is going to be powered with the 18-2 AWG. And this is our first run. I'm going to be running power to our light switches. That's going to be on the side of this cabinet, right around here somewhere. And I'm going to be running it all throughout the walls. And I'm going to be going from in there. I'm going to go up through there, around, back down, and right to here. So all of the electrical is going to be coming out right here. I don't want to have to be crossing wires this way underneath here or anything like that. So I'm just going to be passing wires through here for now. I'll give you an updated video here shortly. Hey guys, so this is pretty much the end of wiring. It's a little time consuming, but it's very easy. Just to explain how we're doing our setup. Again, I might be a little redundant and explain some of this stuff in the previous videos. I apologize. So we've got an AC wire for our outlets for our PCs, which is this one, which is coming this way and going there. So there's definitely going to be one outlet there, possibly over there. I made it long enough to come this way and mount an outlet over there. Also, I'm going to branch off of this same wire, and I'm going to come up here, and we're going to do an AC outlet here above, somewhere in the countertop region. So that's the driver's side AC wire. Then there's another AC wire, which is right there. It goes this way, up this little corridor here, back in through a hole this way, down, and keep in mind all of the sharp edges, which I'll show you. With that edge trim, it's all protected on every single one. It's probably down there. Yep. So it's all the wire, all the metal is protected all the way down. So it comes this way and right here, which there's going to be an outlet here, and I'm going to branch off somewhere around here with another outlet somewhere around here. That's essentially all of the AC that we're going to be using, or AC power that we're going to be using. Our air conditioning unit is DC power, which I've said in previous videos. Our hot water tank is AC power, but it's going to be going right here, and I'm going to put an outlet under the bed using the same AC branch there. The rest are DC lines. So I'm only missing one DC wire because I need a lower gauge or bigger wire for the refrigerator, which is going right here. I actually need a 12 gauge wire for this particular refrigerator, which is the gosh, what is the name of it? Well, I don't remember right now. It just kind of escapes me at this time. I apologize, but I'll show you in a future video. But it needs a 12 gauge wire going from here to here. Now, I did have a little bit of 12 gauge wire from another project, and I used that, and I didn't say this before, but I wasn't thinking. I used an 18 gauge wire for all the lights. These are all 18 gauge wire for all the different lights, which I'll explain shortly. But the power going to these outlets, I also made an 18 gauge wire, which was a mistake. It needs to be a thicker wire, because if all the lights are on, because this is also going to power the lights that are on the roof of the van, which there's some spotlights, and we don't want overheating. That's the point of the thickness of the wire. So we want to have a thicker wire, and not that much thicker, because this is all just LED stuff. It's not really that big of a deal. This is a 12 gauge wire. It's a little bit thicker, and I'll show you a comparison to one of the lights. The one on the right is an 18 gauge wire. So that's about double the thickness, and that's just to prevent it from overheating. So I replaced the main power line, which goes, this is our main hub here, and it's one of these wires. It's going to be the thicker one. If you can point it out, there it is. This line goes up, around, down this way, down into this channel, and it comes down, over, and out. So this is a 12 gauge, and then it's going to be feeding power to the main lights, which are going to be in the roof up here. We've got some under cabinet lights. There's going to be some cabinets going this way and cabinets this way. Made sure that there's going to be an extra wire for that. There's also 2 more wires going up. This is just some temporary tape there. Into the bathroom light switch, which there's an 18 gauge wire here. I always leave a lot of extra cable, and I know that's a little wasteful. However, if my wife decides to make a big change and says she wants the lights who knows where, sideways, upside down, I've got extra wire. Or I don't know if I mess up cutting it or whatever. So I always like to have extra wire. There's our vent fan that I installed. I did not do a video on the vent fan. It's pretty straightforward. You cut a hole in the roof and use some butyl tape and screw it down. It's really not very much to explain. So I've got this wire that's going across here. And also she said she wanted to put something called a scones light or scones lights or something. So I ran a line going that way. More edge trim protector here. Coming across, drilled a hole up top. The ceiling will be lower than that, obviously. And then it runs across here into another area that's protected. And it comes this way. There's a little channel. Let's see if I can get it for you. Might have to flip the camera sideways. Right there. There's a little hole there, and it's all protected with the edge trim. Down and around. Right there. So we've got I don't know which is which, but we've got the main power. We've got main van lights. We've got under cabinet lights. We've got the sconce lights, which are next to my desk, next to the bathroom. And then we've got the bathroom light. All of these are going to be run off of a switch. So there'll be four switches here. Well, actually, there's going to be 5 switches because one is going to be for the lights on the roof, which I have not run power for, or I haven't run a line for just yet. So we can talk about that later. There's the AC line right there, which we just talked about. Okay, so from here, we're going off to the different areas. So I've got the main power, which comes up here, and it's all hidden back here, but I'll show you. And I've got it all labeled. I always recommend labeling your lights. So this is going to be the main lights from the switch, main lights hub. So this line goes from here. That's going to be lights for this area. This is just one line, run all the way down to this one that's wrapped up, which will go, this way to these lights. And each one of these areas where we put lights, I'm just going to cut the wire and splice in another line and go this way. Very easy. So I spliced in here from the switch to the main light hub. And then this one is our under cabinet lights. So that's one of these wires goes up and it goes this way. And I have it dropped here. Of course, somebody's honking their horn. I apologize. Okay, so I might have to pause the video. Okay, so I left this line here because the cabinets are going to be here. So I'll run the line through here and put the light, and then I'll do jumpers from each light under the cabinet. So then we have another branch here so this is the main to the switch, under cabinet lights, passenger side, under cabinet lights, driver side. So I spliced in here, so these two are together. This one goes up and around, down, and right here. So there's going to be cabinets on this side as well. So this is all going to the same switch. They will be on dimmers, of course, which I'll explain in future videos. So did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything. That's pretty much it. I've got the fan line that goes from here up and through this channel. That's that one white line going this way. I apologize. My neighbors are incredibly annoying. Coming this way and out of this little hole right here. Oh, that's not it. That's to the sconce light from the switch coming this way. I apologize. So this is the fan line right here that goes this way and over that way. I have all of this protected with edge trim, and I went overkill, and I have some wire loom protector also. And of course, this anchor wire has its own little wire loom protector over it as well, and it's waterproof and heat resistant and all of that stuff. Really good stuff. And then, of course, which I've explained several times, I'm sure you're tired of hearing it, those are the battery cables that come from underneath the switch, underneath the seat, which I explained in another video on how to do that. And that's going to be powering our Victron system with the alternator when the engine is running. So that's pretty much it. I still have to run our solar panels on the roof, which are in the mail right now. And actually, I ordered them from Europe, and they're a special panel, and they fit perfectly on the Ford Transit. They're 60 inches by 40 inches, which is absolutely perfect. They don't sell them here in the United States, and I'll be dropping them a line so you guys know who they are in the next couple videos when I'm starting to mount the solar panels. But anyway, they were super helpful, the company, and I'm very thankful for them that they were willing to ship across the United States, and I told them I would let our followers know who they are in case you want. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with either panels that are too small, not enough wattage, or too big that hang over the sides of the van. So I was going to go with some LG panels, but they would hang over the edge 3 inches on each side, and it was unfortunately, those are the ones that worked the best. They'd hang over almost 3 inches on each side, and I wasn't too happy about that. I want them to fit perfectly on the roof rack. So 60 inches is what the roof rack is. So in there, and it's a black trim solar panel. We'll be talking about that in future videos, of course. But I still have to run the line, which it's going to come right around there, and it's going to come down. I'm also going to run one more line from here, which I forgot about. I said I was done with the electrical. I guess I lied. One line for the switch that goes up to the roof for the spotlights, which are incredibly important in an RV or van conversion. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'm pretty much going to wrap this up and not really talk about the wiring process of electrical. But if you have any questions about it, it's really not a big deal. And we'll be talking about how to wire into your 12-volt system here. And we'll be setting up a Victron system and batteries and solar charge controllers and all of that good stuff in future videos, as well as air conditioning, hooking up all the plumbing and everything. So I'll see you in the next video.